I wanted to come on here and talk about this entire Terry Crews, Gabrielle Union situation. I've seen quite a few people actually do some commentaries on it. I've seen some tweets rolling around about it. So I'm about to weigh in on the whole matter. So in case y'all don't know, Terry Crews is now, I think he's the host of America's Got Talent. Because as you know, Gabrielle Union, she ended up getting removed as a judge from the show last season, citing that she experienced racism and, in that environment. And they're still fighting tooth and nail about that. And now Terry Crews has now, I'm not going to say taken her spot, but I guess you can say he's now the new token Negro on the show, if you want to call it that. And he made some comments that now has people literally up in arms and up in their feelings and everything like that. Now, I'm going to say it like this. Terry Crews was, I'll put it like this. Terry Crews was wrong with what he said, but at the same time, I can't fully come into the defense of Gabrielle Union. And of course, y'all already know why. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article coming from Deadline. And it reads, Gabrielle Union has responded obliquely to comments from Terry Crews that seems to challenge her stance on America's Got Talent's production problems. Crews appeared on the Today Show on Thursday and addressed Union's prior allegations that AGT was a hotbed of racial insensitivity and sexism. Crews hosts America's Got Talent and is winter edition America's Got Talent The Champions. Union did not have her contract to judge AGT renewed and has since said that she was subjected to indignities based on race and sexism in December. She met with NBC and the AGT production companies on those allegations. The 5-hour meeting was described as productive by Union, and the other parties vowed to take whatever steps may be appropriate. The investigation is supposed to wrap by the end of this month. But the issues were raised again Thursday on Today during the Crews interview. Asked about her allegations of racism and sexism, Crews said that this was not his experience. First of all, I can't speak for sexism because I am not a woman. Well, first off, let me stop you right there, Terry Crews. Men do experience sexism. It's just that because it's been shoehorned into the direction of women, a lot of men either don't call it out, or if they do, it doesn't. It never gets taken seriously. I just had to throw that in there. But I can speak on behalf of any racism comments. That was never my experience. In fact, it was the most diverse place I've ever been in my 20 years of entertainment. But see, Terry Crews, weren't you the same one that was crying out to black people in particular when you had faced that, I guess you can say sexual assault against that white guy? Or who was that, your manager, whoever that man was a couple years ago, to be on your side, and those Me Too heifers just kind of brushed you off, one, because you was black, and two, you was a man? Because, Me Too, they don't take black people's cry seriously when it comes to sexual assault. Lupita Nyong'o was another one, and Aurora Perrineau was another one, and those were women. So the sisterhood fails again. Crews said he consulted his wife on whether he should speak out. I have to say this too. When you look at the allegations were about, it was given by an unnamed source. My thing is, it's funny because I believe you should listen to women. You should always believe women. Well, first off, you don't have to believe everything a woman says. Look at what happened with Bill Cosby. See, that's the thing right there. Believing every single thing that a lot of these women be saying. Because now all of the stuff they say is true. Me Too has proven that. But see, because they have planted their flag so deep into the ground, people are scared to come out against them. I'm not. I'll say that's why. Why do you think I call them Me Too heifers? It says, you should always believe women. He says, so I asked my wife, what should I do? She was like, first of all, it's coming from an unnamed source because Gabrielle Union has not made any statement to this day about any of these allegations publicly. If she hasn't made a statement, why would you? Union didn't address Crews' remarks directly, but when a fan tweeted out love and support to her on Friday, she responded, thank you. Union responded, because girl, truth telling, wanting changing and having multiple witnesses who bravely came forward to let everyone know I didn't lie or exaggerate really exposes those who enthusiastically will throw you under the bus, forgetting quickly who stepped up for their truth. And this is where Gabby loses me. Gabrielle Union, you are the last person to be talking about throwing anybody under any bus. Because if my memory serves me correctly, back in 2016, when Nate Parker was going through all of that scandal, that should not have happened. It should never have even came up. You, by the way, who had a part in his movie. It was a small part, but it was a part nonetheless. As a matter of fact, credited actors, you were probably one of the bigger names on that roster, on that sheet. Hell, probably almost as big as Nate Parker, because acting wise, you had the longer career. And when all that stuff came out, instead of you either not saying anything, which is what probably the best thing you could have did to save face, or defending him, you come out and you throw him under the bus. The guy who gave you a job. So, Gabby, the words throwing people under the bus should not be in your lexicon. It shouldn't be. Because that's exactly what you did. And don't get us started on what you have helped and contribute to doing to Dwayne Wade's son, Zion Wade. So, yeah, you can chop that up as much, to whatever it is that you want to. But at the end of the day, the words throwing people under the bus doesn't sound right coming from you, because you did the same exact thing. And you have admitted time and time again to being the mean girl in Hollywood. So who knows how many other people you have thrown under a bus that we don't know about. In a second tweet in response to another fan, she added, "Why would anyone gleefully get up on TV and tell lies that no one disputed? But we already know." That's basically kind of what you did with Nate Parker. You believed the lies and you kept the lie going. She later added, "Can someone please ask about what happens to all that diversity folks are talking about behind the scenes? Like, legit, where the hell is all that diversity in the production though, homie? In the decision-making ranks, who control the fate of the diversity in front of the camera?" Union concluded with tweets regarding the AGT hair and makeup departments and appeared to call on fans to contact show executives and demand concrete follow-up on Union's prior complaints. Listen, like I said, what Terry Crews did was wrong, because he got off code, but then Terry Crews has never been on code either. He doesn't know how to be. So in a way, Gabby, you got a taste of your own medicine again, because AGT threw you under the bus. They threw you under the bus and made sure to send you on your way with some walking papers. And then Terry Crews made sure that you stayed even more under the bus when he made those particular comments. Because see, now with those comments coming out of him, he's basically going against what she's saying and almost trying to say that she's a liar. Now, granted, like I said, she could have experienced racism right there on that particular set. She probably damn well could have. But at the same time, it is hard. It is very hard for me and many others who knows of this woman's history to defend her, because she threw a black man under the bus who gave her a job. Like I said, the two things she could have did when that whole thing was going down was A, not say anything, which would have been highly recommended, or B, she could have came to his defense, but see, she was scared that if she came and defended him, people would have brought up her past about her being sexually assaulted or raped, or how you want to put it, when she used to work at, was it Payless? I think it was at Payless. They probably would have brought that up, and she didn't want them women's groups coming after her. But Gabrielle Union, you know what, now I think about it, you only had one choice, not say anything at all. You could have not said anything. If they asked you, you could have said no comment, or I'm going to let whatever happens just like happens, and everything like that. But you, along with a lot of those other harpies, believed everything that mainstream media put out there, and you took it and you ran with it, and it damn near destroyed this man's career. Notice we have not seen Nate Parker in anything since Birth of a Nation. This was supposed to be his coming out party. Yeah, we saw Nate Parker in other things before in the past, but this movie right here was supposed to cement his place in Hollywood. Like, they were literally praising it. Like, they said this movie was going to rack up at award season. He was going to get a bunch of Golden Globes. He was going to get a bunch of SAG Awards. He was going to get a bunch of Oscars. None of that happened for him. But They found a way to give it to Casey Affleck, who, by the way, has had cases against him on multiple occasions, and they were in recent years. They had to dig back into Nate Parker's past, damn near 20 years. Probably over. Well, let me tell you, it was a while ago. Damn near 20 years. And mind you, the woman who claimed that he did those things has been deceased since 2012. So at the time, she was dead for 4 years. And then when they brought up that she committed suicide, they tried to attribute it to what happened in 1999. I said, and y'all fell for that hook, line, and sinker. It was at that moment that a lot of people started to give some of you the side eye. Because it was at that moment y'all should have seen the signs. But you allowed yourself to get played yet again. So, Gabby, no, I don't feel bad for you. Again, I don't feel bad for you. Terry Crews, we already know what the hell he's on. So him saying what he said is of no surprise to me or anybody whatsoever. Because we already know what time it is when it comes to Terry Crews. And he'll get his wake-up call too, just like you did, Gabby. You got your wake-up call when you got fired from AGT. And if should they get rid of Terry Crews even after he defended him, that'll be his wake-up call too. But see, he not trying to mess up his bag. He just got there. So he probably did say something against you, but he did it to keep his job. Something that you probably would have done, Gabrielle Union. You probably would do something like that. Except in that one instance over at AGT. But it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. If you are not doing so already, please follow me on Twitter. Have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.